Hi, everyone. Welcome back. I am Burgandi Phoenix.
And I'm Govind Kumar.
And you are watching The Curve, brought to you by
Casting Frontier.
You guys, today we have a really cool guest. Govind, please take it away.
We are lucky to have Miss Bobbie Chance, who is, as E has dubbed her, acting coach to the stars, and has also started Hollywood Actor Showcase from 1990 on. Thank you for being here.
Yeah,
with
my
us.
pleasure. It's great to be here. I've heard a lot about this show, and that's the only reason why I'm here.
Aww.
You hear that?
And the producer, and James.
We've heard a lot about him, too.
Yeah.
So can you give a little compressed version of yourself in your own words? From starting as a young, an actress and working with so many amazing people to transitioning that to then nurturing other people's careers.
That's an interesting way to put it. For me, where I've been with the actors that I work with now, wherever they think they're going, I've been there and back. I took that train and took it back. So all the young starlets that come in from all over the country to make it big in Hollywood, I've been there. There are no surprises anymore, which is a wonderful ledge to be sitting on. Mm-hmm. And I started out at 17 and have done a bunch of films. They were called the Beach Party films, and had the opportunity to work with the most talented people in Hollywood in my career, and taught by the best actors in town, which gave me the ability to be able to coach actors and take them to a place that they won't get to anywhere else. And I can really say that. Our studio is called Hollywood Actors Showcase, and we've had just the best of the best come through my stage. Actors whose films you rent, you go see, and if you want some fancy name dropping, I'll drop them on you.
Okay, you ready?
We're ready.
I'm so nervous.
Drew Barrymore started with me when she was 12, and young Giovanni Ribisi, who's one of my favorite talents because he's just so dangerous.
Even our friends, amazing.
Just amazing. And Scarlett Johansson, who started out you would walk right by her. You would just walk by her because she was quiet and demure, but she was like an animal. She was so fiercely engaged and like sucking in everything she could learn. And she became the Scarlett Johansson that we all love because she is fearless. Anthony Hopkins has been on my stage. He only came in one night, but I put him on with my son, Richie. They did an improv, and he was devastating. He had everybody in the studio crying. I mean, everybody was crying. Brad Pitt's been there, Jennifer Aniston. Am I boring you?
No, that's amazing. We're drawn. We're like,
after working with all of these people, what is some of the advice you impart from them to the young actors? Or you said Scarlett Johansson, was mousy, and she then owned the ferocity.
Well, she was quiet. She wasn't mousy. Okay. You would walk right by her, and she just took in what we do. Because I don't teach acting. I don't teach technique. I undo technique. I loathe technique. For me, it's about impulse, and it's about raw animal and being reckless, So once she got all that, she just took off. I mean, there's a certain moment. It's such a loud moment when the actor gets it. And for me, I know when their career is going to go. Yeah. It's really an amazing thing after 30 years.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
So it's very exciting. We have showcases at our studio every Thursday night for 30 years. It's crazy, 50 showcases a year with all the top industry people coming in.
Right.
Top industry, A-list producers, directors, casting people. Like James, your producer, who's amazing. Yeah. And they come in and they hire my actors. Right. Because to me, I don't want workshop actors. I want actors who are going to succeed out there. Yeah. They have to. They have no choice. Yeah, of course. They have no choice for me. And so it's a great opportunity. They get to do the work and they get to get hired. They get to do starring roles or leading roles or start their career out with supporting roles. And that's a kick for me. That's a turn on. I love that. I love to see them and their careers take off.
Yeah. Well, speaking of, since you've been doing this for such a long time, this is so amazing because it's such a different perspective. What would you say some of the industry changes have been from the time that you started to now?
I don't think anything really ever changes. I think Hollywood is still the same jungle it was. You know, my husband is 91, God bless his soul. He's a writer. He starred in 175 television shows and films. And he used to go fishing with Gary Cooper, and he used to live with Ava Gardner and all the old Hollywood people that I was like goo gaga. And I don't think anything's really changed. It's still a jungle. You know, it's gotten more digital and more but it hasn't changed. And anybody who says it's changed doesn't know it.
Right.
You know,
We heard that you're directing a show. Can you elaborate and tell us a little bit about that?
Well, I have done 13 reality shows for everybody. Eva Longoria, the Kardashians. We did 2 episodes up at my studio. I have to tell you a great fun little thing about that. Yeah. You'll like this. We did 2 episodes. The network sent Chloe and Courtney to work with me. And then they sent Kim to work with my son, who's also an actor, an amazing talent, and a producer. So Kim is on stage with all the actors, and they're all standing in a big circle. And my son, you just don't screw around. I mean, he's all about the work. So they're all standing there, and Richie said, okay, now we're doing this exercise. And Kim was standing there like this. And, you know, she's fabulous. But she's standing there like this. And Richie said, we're doing this now, Kim. We're showing our emotions and feelings. Well, I don't want to do this. And Richie said, well, what are you doing here? Meanwhile, 4 cameras are rolling. And Richie said, we're doing this exercise now, Kim. You got to laugh, you got to cry, you got to go into rage. And she says, I don't do that. I'm not an actress. He said, then get your fat ass off my stage. 4 cameras are rolling. And she said, you can't talk to me like that. He said, I just did, and you need to leave my studio. But that's not the best part. The best part is she grabs her bag and she walks out, and the producer came over to Richie and he said, could you tell her that again? Do it outside. It was great.
Just to get a reaction.
Perfect ending to that story.
You know, nothing's changed in Hollywood.
Right.
You know.
Oh my gosh.
So we did all these reality shows for other people, and my daughter and I were talking, and my daughter used to be an actress. And she said to me, why do you want to do everybody else's reality show, Mom? Why don't you do your own? Yeah. So I said, okay, we have to come up with an idea because I don't want to do reality. Reality is so boring. Yeah. It's empty and boring and shallow. I said, if we're going to do it, we'll do something different. So we came up with an idea that I don't really want to discuss because things do get ripped off in this town. But it's called Acting with Hollywood Stars. Mm-hmm. That gives you a little hint. And we've got some wonderful celebrities on the show so far. And we're now shooting the pilot. And I'm directing it, and my daughter is producing it. And one of our producers is a man by the name of Ben Benward. And then Larry Namer, who is the CEO and founder of E, is also our producer. And he's got experience up the kazoo, right. So I'm just so excited to be working with him.
That's so great. Congratulations.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah.
So since you've had such a long-running history here in Los Angeles, what advice would you give to an actor, whether they're young, old, whether they're at the beginning of their career or the middle of their career, or they don't know where they're at in their career?
That is a great question. So I will tell you, go home. Go home. Because if you're not in all the way, and this isn't it for you, go home and have a baby, open a real estate company, work out at a gym, be an instructor, you know. But if you are hungry and dedicated and this is it for you, then jump in all the way and give it everything you got, or why bother? can't succeed at anything unless you give everything you got anyway,
Right.
whether it's relationship or whatever. Go all the way and just take all the bumps, take them all and learn from them and keep growing. And that's what I tell my actors after I take my whipping.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
So that's, and they either are on board, because I won't work with anybody unless they're hungry. I love Barracuda, I just, that's what turns me on. I look at your face and the two of you could succeed at actors because you love it. I can see you love being in front of the camera. You love your personality shine. It has to be like that. But most everybody quits.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know, my son told me this statistic, but most everybody quits. So my theory is the ones that don't quit have a shot.
Right?
Yeah,
That's
it's
the
the
deal.
waiting game.
Yeah, the ones that don't quit. But you got to keep going and growing, and enjoy the ride, enjoy the bumps, enjoy the people you meet, and clean house, get rid of all the wrong people.
Yeah.
And so, do you have consistent self-care, tips that you've had to weather the storm or when things have gotten rough that you could share?
I've been really lucky. I'm the one that came here, and the first audition I went on, I got a 7-year contract.
Yes.
Same.
And then
we did too.
there you go.
We got
so you got.
And then
You're aware of that.
when that was over, Robbie Reiner, who directed Spinal Tap, came up to me and said, "We're doing a comedy group, the first improvisation comedy group ever before Saturday Night Live, before Living Color."
Yeah, I remember we were reading that earlier, and we were like, "This is so fascinating," because this was before that.
Before that, so we set the format for that. It's never been done before. There was never any such thing. So I've always been. I don't know how, and I never question it. I always trust it. Yeah. I've always been at the right place at the right time, and the right people have always come into my life. And those times when it was very quiet, I take that time and I make that work for me. Mm. I go into my spiritual place with that, because for me, I'm guided by that without sounding corny or whatever.
Not at all.
I'm guided by that, and I trust it completely.
Yeah, we were actually talking earlier about rejection and, tips for people weathering the storm and really going and having a support system. And
that's part of it. For the young actor who comes here, you're not going to get the call. But if the actor walks in knowing that they're already not going to get the call, they got a shot at getting it.
Right.
If they already know nothing's going to happen when they walk into the casting director's office, you're probably not going to get hired. So go have fun.
Right.
Go do your thing, shine, give it everything you got. What are they going to do? Take your star off Hollywood Boulevard?
The non-existent star that's not there yet.
Right. What are they going to do?
Yeah. How does one get into the Bobbie Chance exclusivity showcase?
The Hollywood actor show.
I got to tell you something. In 30 years, this is crazy to me, we've never advertised. Hollywood Actor Showcase has never even advertised. Wow. I think 5 years ago, we finally put up a web thing that my son said he's divorcing the whole family if we don't put up a website.
Yeah.
Because I'm really old school. So actors now find us that way, but it's always been word of mouth.
Yeah.
And both for the celebrities that I coach and for aspiring talent, it's always been word of mouth, because you can't last at all in this town unless you got something going. Mm-hmm. And we've been really lucky with that, because it works. Whatever we're doing works, because for us, it's about the actors getting hired. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
I've heard you say before, it's about the part. It's about the role.
Oh, I'm a maniac on that. It's only about the part, because that's so nice that you say that.
I like that. No, I read that.
Because you can't, it's either the actor or the part. There can't be two of you in front of the camera or two of you on stage. And the other thing, my little thing, is that you got to be it before you can become it. Mm. Oh.
Yeah.
You got to
go in space.
You got to be it before you become it. And you you can take that to the bank because it works every time.
Yeah.
Every time.
Well, you hear that every time.
Every
we are
time.
So happy that we had a chance to sit and talk with Miss Bobbie Chance.
Thank you.
Ken, for anyone out there to hear more about all the amazing projects you're working on, can they follow you on Twitter, or do you have any social media? Or you're old school.
I just learned how to go on Facebook.
Oh.
Okay, we'll take
There's
it.
a Facebook. Is it Hollywood Actor Showcase?
I don't
You don't even
know.
know.
I don't
I
think
love
so.
it.
No,
You don't
it's
know.
Bobbie Chance.
It's Bobbie Chance.
It's Bobbie Chance on Facebook.
Okay.
But if actors want to come to our studio, they can look up the website and there's a telephone number there.
Okay,
I mean,
great.
we are the best kept secret in Hollywood.
Yeah.
But now at least there's a telephone number on the website.
It's listed.
Now there's a telephone number and a website. I know. I was telling them. I feel like I've heard about you off and on since I've come here, and I've never had the chance to meet you yet. And we were talking about how I went to your website, and I was like, this must be new because I've never seen a website.
Yeah,
for you
it
guys.
never. I'm telling you, it was been word of mouth since forever, and we're always filled up and booked. So I guess we must be doing something right.
Well, you're definitely doing something right.
Something
Ahead
right.
of the curve.
Right.
Head of the curve.
Thank
Anyway,
you.
this has been fabulous with the two of you because
thank
I've
you.
done probably about 1,000 interviews, and you guys are so straight out and honest
thank
and
you.
fun to work with.
Oh,
really
so
fun.
much. Well, thank you. And
We
you
have
make
an
it very
endorsement.
easy to
We have an endorsement. So we're hosts to the stars.
Oh.
Can we be
We're
done?
hosts.
Yes,
the
yeah,
stars and the coaches
and
of
I
the
want
stars.
you to come to Showcase on
Oh
a
my gosh, I would
Thursday
love to.
night and see what the work is all about because it speaks for itself.
Yeah. Well, thank
Done.
you so much again.
Thank you.
We will absolutely
Awesome.
check it out. You guys,
Done.
if you
Done deal.
love everything she had to say like we do, please
Or
click
not,
below.
or not,
Or
or
not.
not.
I mean, you don't
feel-
have
if
to
you-
like
yeah.
it. Whatever.
And please check back in, like us, send us your comments or questions,
below
and stay
questions.
tuned for the next episode of The Curve.
Yeah, we'll see you next time.
Awesome. Bye, guys.
Bye.